Hey everybody, I am going to do a little bit of work on Rocket 3 today. I'm going to see if I can get some of this little problem taken care of, and I'm going to do a little bit more rust removal on it and show you a little play on it. So for starters, let me prop this camera up and we'll get the top open on it. This has a canopy glass, so very easy to get into. So before I tear into this thing, I think I need to put a couple games on it so that you can see exactly what it's doing or what it's not doing. And if you watch right through here, you'll see that these are not lighting all that well. Let me pull the glass so that it can be seen easier. This is the joy of canopy glass. It just lifts right off. And let me play a couple games. So it hit one blue mushroom and one of these did not light. It hit another one and two of them lit. Also, if you see a little bit of flash in here, that's because I've got some LEDs in there that I was playing with. I kind of like them, but I kind of don't, so I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Hit a mushroom and no, the letter didn't come on. If I catch the ball, I don't know if the video shows it. Let me take a look. Yeah, I think you can see that, this one is not lit, this one is lit. The ball hit it, and that went out. This lit, it chimed points, but this did not light. Same thing there. Did not light a letter. There it is. That time it worked like it should. This thing is a drain monster. Let's do one more game. That worked. Take the ball here. I want to show you again. These should close the flippers and light letters. Flippers closed, letters didn't light. But if I manually trip it, you see it does. Same with these guys up here. If I hit it with the ball very fast, it switches over, but the letter does not light. Same thing. I hit another one. Letter didn't light. Letter didn't light. Letter did not light. But if I manually trip it, I can get it. If I manually trip it, I can get it. But if the ball hits it, I don't get it. So there's a bunch of switches in here I'm going to go through. And I'm going to see if we can get those a lot more sensitive, a lot cleaner, and see if that doesn't correct the issue. Now that time it lit off the red mushroom bumper. now this is where I can work on it. Get a look at everything. And I'm going to go through all these switches right here, at least start going through them and trying to sensitize everything in all these stacks. Because as these trip, this is the first thing that happens, which is these trip, which then pulse relays over here, and the stepper up in the back. So let's get to work. Okay, I don't know if you can see this very well, but these are the switch stacks that I'm adjusting. And I've done these first couple here, and now I'm on to this one. Or excuse me, I'm actually doing this one. And I'm going to raise this relay, and there's actually quite a bit of room that I can get in and adjust this switchblade up higher. So I'm going to try to just use this little tool here, which broke and I had to make a new one real fast, and bend that into a little closer position. And while I'm doing this, I got to say I just had an interesting phone call. For those that don't know us, my wife went through cancer treatment. She lost her larynx, and we have staggering medical bills from all of that. And let's see if I can drop this relay. Oops. Anyhow, so we get calls from the bill collectors, and they won't identify themselves. They'll just say a name, and I'm like, all right, well, what's this about? Because if they'd tell me it was a bill collector, maybe I could work with them a little bit, talk to them. But they won't ever say anything. So I just told this one lady that just called, that's really dirty, I need to clean all this. I said, look, I have researched the laws, and you can tell me what the business you are calling from is. You just can't tell me what your particular business with my wife is. And she, of course, wouldn't do that and went on to claim there were other laws. Well, I've looked and I can't find any law that would stop them from saying, this is the business that's calling, please have her call us. Well, she wouldn't do it, so finally, in frustration, I said, all right, prove to me you are not my wife's lesbian lover. She got all offended at that, and get this, she says that is harassment. Mind you, this is a collection agency saying I'm harassing her after she called me. That's harassment, and she's going to turn me in. Go, lady, go. Turn me in. So I just got sidetracked wiping these off. I need to get in here with some actual cleaner, but I can wipe them off a little bit. This is my tinkering. This is how I spend my spare time. So those switches are a lot closer. You want to make sure that you don't get them so close that they're contacting when they shouldn't be. And the other thing is, don't do very many at any one time. That's as far as I'm going to go, is just through these stacks here that I've done. And now I'm going to actually close the machine up and make sure that everything runs right and see if I've made a difference. I've had a machine brought to me before where the owner went through and cleaned every switch on it all at one time and didn't stop in between to see if he'd monkeyed anything up. So I know these switches very well as far as what controls them, what they go to, and what activates them. So I know how far I can go with my cleaning before I have to stop and check and see, you know, if I've screwed anything up. So even if I did screw these up, it's nothing overly critical, and I've got a very confined area that I'm working within now to be able to go back and fix anything I may have done wrong. So briefly, that's it. Let's close it up and see if it works any better.